Say you sign up for a free trial of Uber One. The discounts are decent, you're not ready to commit yet, so you set yourself a reminder to cancel a few days early, just so you don't forget. 2 days before the trial's even over, you cancel, right on schedule. The charge goes through anyway. According to a federal lawsuit joined by 21 states, that's not a random mix-up. It's allegedly just how the billing was built to work. That's the assumption a free trial runs on. Free until you say otherwise. You hand over a card, because every app wants one now, and that charge date always feels far enough off to not think about yet.
But here's what's actually on record, and it goes back further than this one lawsuit. Amazon had its own nickname for the Prime cancellation process, the Iliad Flow, after the war that dragged on for 10 years. Internal emails dug up during the case called unwanted subscriptions an unspoken cancer, and the whole thing a bit of a shady world. A judge ruled in September 2025 that Amazon had collected your billing info before it even told you what Prime cost. Well, partial credit. It was a partial win for the FTC, not a full verdict, and Amazon settled 3 days into trial instead of letting a jury finish the job. Reading that now, it's hard not to feel a flicker of respect for the honesty, if not the ethics. Getting out took 4 pages, 6 clicks, and 15 offers you had to click through just to leave. Which brings it back to Uber, whose case is more specific, and still playing out in court. The FTC says some Uber One customers got charged 24 to 48 hours before their billing date. Their free trial, allegedly, was still technically running at the time. Canceling, the lawsuit says, could take up to 23 screens and 32 separate steps. Uber says that's not true. A judge let the main claims move forward toward trial this past April.
So what actually connects Amazon's 4-page maze to Uber's alleged early charge? It's not a coincidence. It's a mechanism, and it already had a name years before either lawsuit existed. A researcher named Harry Brignall called it forced continuity back in 2010, a trial that grabs your card up front and quietly turns into a paid plan with no real way out. The psychology behind it has a name too, the default effect. Whatever takes zero effort is what your brain picks, even when canceling would only take a minute. Staying costs nothing. Leaving costs 4 pages, or 23 screens, or a charge that beats you to the door by 2 days. The pattern starts to look less like an accident and more like a business strategy. The friction itself begins to look like part of the design, not just an annoying side effect. Here's the simplest way to picture it. A revolving door. One push gets you in. Easy. That's the whole design. Walking back out means finding a door that somehow never got installed on that side of the building.
Add it up, and here's the actual cost. Amazon's settlement covers about 35 million people, up to $51 each, inside a $2.5 billion payout, the largest FTC settlement under one of its trade rules. Uber One runs $9.99 a month, and the lawsuit says some customers were charged before the billing date they were shown. Small on its own, sure, but the same complaint says more than 28 million people enrolled in Uber One, and that the service has generated close to $1 billion altogether. And none of this is settled yet, either. The federal rule meant to fix it never took effect. A court threw it out last year over a procedural issue, sending the FTC back to the drawing board.
You don't have to wait on a lawsuit to protect yourself, though. 2 things to do today. First, if you've got a free trial running anywhere, don't wait until the last day to cancel. Give yourself a few days of buffer. If a company processes charges earlier than you expect, you've got room to catch it before it becomes a headache. Second, when you hit cancel, screenshot the confirmation screen. If a charge shows up after that, you've got proof no support chat can talk you out of. One fewer blind spot.